Item Number: SCP-7822. Object Class: Safe. Notice: as of June 18, 2017, the following containment procedures are considered outdated and are pending revision. Special Containment Procedures. SCP-7822 is restricted to Site-138's Archival Wing, under the direct supervision of SCP-7822-1, who bears full responsibility for its conduct. When not engaged in assigned duties, it is to remain contained within a standard humanoid containment cell. SCP-7822-1 is to avoid any activity liable to cause SCP-7822 to abandon its post, and must remain continuously reachable via Foundation-issued telecommunication. To ensure compliance with Protocol Obane 7822, SCP-7822-1 undergoes a monthly evaluation by qualified personnel. If it exhibits behavior threatening Protocol directives, termination procedures are to be enacted. In the event of SCP-7822-1's termination, SCP-7822 is to be returned to Containment, and a replacement candidate, selected in accordance with Protocol Obane 7822, introduced. Both are to remain under observation until SCP-7822 displays designation behavior, identified by SCP-7822 bowing to and placing itself beside the candidate. Following which, the newly designated SCP-7822-1 is to reassign SCP-7822 to its duties. Description: SCP-7822 resembles a 162 cm tall adult woman of Western European origin. It possesses long blonde hair, arranged in a bun, and wears a black dress with a white apron and headpiece. Its only deviations from this anatomy are an absence of facial features, and a series of metallic sutures embedded along a section of the spine. Features believed to indicate an artificial origin. Despite lacking discernible sensory organs, it remains responsive to visual and olfactory stimuli. The designation SCP-7822-1 applies to any individual to whom SCP-7822 has affixed servitude, a bond that is irreversible. SCP-7822-1 experiences no anomalous alteration. It is not compelled or otherwise bound to SCP-7822. SCP-7822 will execute any command issued by SCP-7822-1 to the fullest extent of its capabilities. When unable to perform or understand a command, or when no commands are assigned or pending, SCP-7822 will assume an idle state. See image above. It may temporarily interrupt its state to perform a limited range of unprompted actions, including maintaining a proximity of 10 meters with SCP-7822-1, whose location it remains continually aware of, maintenance of its appearance, cleaning nearby surroundings, intervention to prevent physical harm to SCP-7822-1. Following a single exposure, SCP-7822 can accurately reproduce observed procedures with high precision, and retain large amounts of information indefinitely. This aptitude is paired with the absence of introspective reasoning, independent decision-making, or initiative beyond assigned parameters. Upon the death of SCP-7822-1, SCP-7822 autonomously bonds with the nearest individual within 24 to 48 hours. Addendum: April 12, 1860. Field Containment Report 7822-00. Files 7822-00 through 7822-04's titles, designation codes, and footnotes were added or modified following SCP-7822's registration at Site-138. Report: it was discovered that Nobile had fled his chateau for Sardinia, presumably in an attempt to seek refuge. 3 days after its flight, French government representative, Mr. Pierre Rochot, in the company of Remo Paulo Antanasio, visited the estate to assess the newly inherited French property. Embedded within the local gendarmerie, to monitor the secrecy of off-site containment during the annexation of March 24, 1860. Upon further examination, they heard persistent loud banging noises emanating from the lower chambers. Following the sound led them to a barricaded cellar, which was curiously clean compared to the rest of the basement. Inside, they discovered a Faceless Maid-like entity. It showed no signs of hostility, but possessed a compulsion to follow Mr. Rochot. Hence, both the entity and Mr. Rochot were taken into custody at our nearby observation post, now decommissioned. A subsequent inquiry revealed that Noble vessel had sunk during its transit between Genoa and Sardinia, ensuring no further claim to the estate or its contents. April 30th, 1860. Containment Report 7822-01. Report: We have filed the Maid's discovery to Headquarters. While we await a response, we have given it the provisional moniker Felicite. Felicite responds uniquely to Pierre Rochot, and to commands issued in a French dialect, native to Haute-Savoie, which he fortunately speaks rudimentarily. In light of these findings, Pierre has been inducted into the team for further study of Felicite. Given that Felicite has not shown any signs of being a risk, has proven easy to contain, and is proficient in activities associated with domestic servants, we have unanimously decided to employ it. It will clean the observation post daily, and provide assistance in the kitchen at noon. When not otherwise occupied, it will return to its containment unit. Addendum: We have all enjoyed an improvement in meal quality, following Felicite's integration into the kitchen. February 10th, 1861. Status Report 7822-02. Report: We have received a reply. Felicite has officially been registered as SCP-7822. We recently noticed she has acquired an understanding of proper French and Italian. Although we take pride in her progress, we were stunned by her grasp of Italian, given how rarely it is spoken. In an effort to probe the limits of her aptitude, we devised increasingly elaborate trials, in which her overall performance significantly exceeded our expectations. Addendum: SCP-7822 was taught literacy in several European languages to assist with translating incoming and outgoing mail. However, she struggles with expressions, which she translates literally, an issue that has led to amusing results. Pierre Rochot has taught SCP-7822 to deal bon tien. While not inherently beneficial to operations, it has improved team morale during downtime. May 12, 1863. Status Report 7822-03. Report: Following Pierre Rochot's passing, we returned from the hospital to find SCP-7822 standing motionless in the corner of her cell. All attempts to elicit a response failed. Concerned for her well-being, we instituted a rotational watch. During Francis Roux's night shift, she abruptly began following and obeying him, a development he welcomed with much enthusiasm. But that left the rest of us slightly unnerved. Addendum: We were recently put into correspondence with the director of Future Site-138, who has expressed great interest in SCP-7822's capabilities. July 10, 1870. Containment Report 7822-04. Report: After lengthy negotiations, and due to the increasing instability caused by the war, we have decided to relocate SCP-7822 to the newly constructed Site-138 within neutral Swiss territory. The transfer of SCP-7822 and SCP-7822-1-B is scheduled to take place 2 days following the transcription of this report. The relocation will be conducted under the cover of a routine wine shipment. Addendum: Good luck to both of you, the team, Jean, Andre, and Rameau. September 30th, 1870. Operational Report 7822-05. Report: SCP-7822-1B passed away from pneumonia shortly after SCP-7822's transfer. This prompted research teams to investigate its designation processes further, through the use of multiple D-Class personnel. Given SCP-7822's lack of ethical discernment, and apparent reliance on SCP-7822-1 for directions, Site Security and Administration developed Protocol ABANE-7822. This protocol establishes the psychological criteria and clearance levels required by future SCP-7822-1 candidates. Dr. Hans Rudolf Müller was selected as SCP-7822-1-F. SCP-7822 was instructed in the operation of typewriters. A trial period, designated Project Cur Simple, was initiated on August 21, 1870, and will span 1 year. Its goal is to evaluate the possibility of repurposing SCP-7822 for site operations. During this period, SCP-7822-1-F will direct and supervise SCP-7822 with the assistance of its team. Any unexpected behavior is to be reported to Site Security immediately. Addendum: when SCP-7822 first arrived, it was noted an observation post employee badge was pinned to its uniform just below its collar. Though not formally authorized, the badge has been left in place at SCP-7822-1B's request. November 15, 1871. Status Report 7822-06. Report: Project Cur Simple has concluded, yielding positive results. Its efficiency surpassed that of available staff and mechanical systems, the impact of which has been widely praised by personnel. As an additional precautionary measure, SCP-7822 was regularly interviewed for further evaluation of its mental framework. It would communicate via the use of a typewriter. These interviews highlighted SCP-7822's encyclopedic memory. These traits make SCP-7822 an ideal auxiliary for repetitive clerical labor. As a result, its repurposing has been approved as a computing asset for tabulation and inventory tracking. Addendum: SCP-7822-1-F has made unofficial arrangements for SCP-7822 to deliver coffee to designated offices before 8:15. Both he and his team were reminded that SCP-7822 should be regarded as an ancillary, not a junior. To prevent similar issues, personnel will now maintain a professional distance from SCP-7822. February 10, 1940. Operational Report 7822-07. Report: in response to increased administrative burdens caused by wartime transfers and safeguarding requests from sister European sites, SCP-7822-1H submitted a proposal to repurpose SCP-7822 as an archival management system responsible for records and ledgers. Dr. Charles Maillard, Head of Archives. The system would provide near-instantaneous document retrieval at any hour, allowing staff to focus on higher priority duties, while SCP-7822-1H would relay document requests to SCP-7822 through the office intercom. Though the Site Director expressed reservations about entrusting Foundation records to an anomalous appliance, several senior personnel endorsed the proposal, citing SCP-7822's decades of reliable service. A limited pilot program, restricted to non-sensitive materials, was authorized on February 5, 1940. Addendum: during one of SCP-7822's deliveries to the medical block, researchers took the opportunity to conduct an X-ray examination. Results show its skull appears to be the result of a forced fusion between two parietal lobes, creating an expanded cerebral volume. This condition is believed to be partly responsible for its retention capabilities. March 10, 1940. Status Report 7822-08. Report: following the ongoing escalation of wartime demands, and a marked improvement in administrative throughput through the pilot phase, full implementation of the archival retrieval system has been approved. SCP-7822 is now authorized to manage materials to the same extent as SCP-7822-1H. Addendum: a dedicated containment unit has been constructed adjacent to the archival wing to accommodate SCP-7822. August 25, 1964. Status Report 7822-09. Report: Site-138 now possesses a facility-wide fax network. SCP-7822 will transmit documents using this network, rather than delivering them in person, unless stated otherwise. Addendum: SCP-7822-1H was issued formal commendation for services rendered in the modernization of Site-138 archival operations. April 19, 1985. Status Report 7822-10. Report: with the implementation of computerized systems complete, SCP-7822 was tasked with transferring physical records and ledgers into the digital space. SCP-7822 remains the sole continuous operator within the archival wing. It is to update legacy archival information received via email. To this effect, it has been assigned a dedicated address, jointly managed by SCP-7822-1I, archive.138 at scp.int. Addendum: with the decrease in instructions, SCP-7822 has been observed performing a daily routine of dusting shelves and visually inspecting stored documents to ensure they remain properly aligned. Its list of autonomous behaviors has been updated accordingly. Epidermal tissue from SCP-7822 was sent in for DNA sequencing. Results indicated it is composed of 3 distinct human genomes, further supporting hypotheses regarding its origins. June 18, 2017. Containment Report 7822-11. Report: the Foundation's modern algorithms have significantly surpassed SCP-7822's processing speed, and the transition to a fully digital archival platform has rendered its assistance obsolete. A proposal by SCP-7822-1I to once again utilize SCP-7822 for facility maintenance was approved, until her retirement, on June 17, 2017. Effective immediately, SCP-7822 is placed on indefinite standby within its containment cell. Protocol O-Bane-7822 has been suspended. Addendum: not applicable. November 5, 2022. Incident Report 7822-12. Report: following the death of SCP-7822-1I, personnel passing by the archival wing reported persistent loud banging noises emanating from SCP-7822's containment cell. Surveillance confirmed that it is repeatedly applying force to the cell's door. This behavior is believed to be an autonomous attempt by SCP-7822 to reunite with SCP-7822-1J. Sound dampening insulation has been installed to mitigate auditory disturbances. Due to the volume of personnel who transited through or near SCP-7822's containment cell, and the potentially unsuitable nature of SCP-7822-1, identifying SCP-7822-1-J has been deemed unjustifiable. Addendum: not applicable.